Yo, what is going on? And welcome back to the Residual Royalty Academy. I apologize in advance if in this video I sound a bit crazy or I talk too fast. I've not eaten for around 43 hours now, if it's 7 p.m. I'm just doing a little fast. Some of you maybe do some intermittent fasting like that. And also, I'm pretty wide on coffee, so if I don't make any sense, I do apologize. But in this video, I'm going to show you the earnings and the total spend on all of my 6 high content books from March to December. Obviously, March is when I published the first one, and December is where we are right now. So without any further ado, obviously I'm going to break down each book individually. As you can see, there's only 5 there because there was one book that I didn't publish yet because the quality from the writer was so low. But as you can see, the total spent on book creation was $5,265, including the narration and everything apart from the ads. So that's an average of $878 per book, which is about what you can expect to spend on a high content book. But what you're probably more interested in is the return on investment. So let's go into it. So this is book number 1, and maybe you could say this was some beginner's luck, because if you actually see the total, let me do this. That's the time spent. You can read that in a second. If we look at the total return on KDP is 6,100. Excluding Audible, which is around 1,200. So most of that 6,100 from KDP is actually from the first book, which is doing really, really well, as you can see. So this is March when it was launched. First month, $30. Didn't have too high hopes at that point. And then we went all the way up to 276. And as you can see, obviously quarter 4 is helping, but this month in December it's done $808 from just one book. Now, if you're confused as to what the colours are, the grey is print royalties, which is paperback. The red/pink/orange colour is ebook royalties. And select is page reads, where you get paid based off number of pages read for people who have Kindle Unlimited. So this book is going from strength to strength, and honestly, I don't spend much on ads. Maybe I would say less than $100 per month on ads, and that is the absolute truth. So this book is just an incredible book in an incredible niche, and it's really hit the jackpot, and I'm absolutely manifesting $1,000 a month for this one book. So obviously it says 2 books there. That's because it's the Kindle and the paperback book. So that's the first book, and you can see the earnings by marketplace mostly is America, with 21% in the UK, Canada, Germany, France, Australia, kind of the whole world really. We're kind of going global with this book, so that's absolutely awesome. And now we're on to the second high content book. Now, as you can see, this one is actually focused on the UK market only. So you can see 93% of the sales are in the UK, which is what I expected. So you can see in its launch month, this book again did similar to the first book, $26, and then $43, and then $106. And then the best month so far was $133 last month. But the important thing to note from this book is I made the title in such a way that Amazon doesn't allow ads for it. So if you make certain claims in the book title that can't be really verified, you're not actually allowed to run Amazon ads on it. So my ad spend for this book is literally 0. So I'm still pretty happy with how this one is doing, and I would still call this one a success, considering it's made $700 and it's about to break even without any ads and only in one marketplace really it sells. So it's doing pretty well, I would say. But now if we go into book 3, 4, and 5, they're not doing quite so well, and whether they'll even be profitable is questionable. So you can see this book did $50 in its first month, and then it went all the way up to $73. I did spend probably $200-300 on ads on this book, to be honest with you. So this book is most likely still in the minus, and it will be probably for quite some time, but it does make some organic sales here and there. So, maybe over the course of a year, it will be profitable. And this is book number 4. Same story again, really. On this one, I spent a little bit on ads, near the start, and they kind of weren't working, so I kind of cut them off. Obviously, December has helped this one in quarter 4, but maybe this is going to take a year, 14, 18 months to become profitable, but we have patience and we just keep waiting, and that is the beauty of passive income. The book was made and it's going to stay on Amazon for a long time to come. And now we go into book number 5, which is exactly the same story. So here was the launch month, trying to get it ranked, $56. Obviously I was spending more on ads, and as the ads kind of weren't working and the book just really wasn't taking off, I reduced the ad spend, and pretty much the ads are off now, and it's just doing $14, $17 per month. So it's going to take a while for this one to return any money, but overall we are still in profit. But like I say, most of that is actually from book 1. So let's look now at the pros and the cons, and then I'm just going to ask you to comment below to hype up the YouTube algorithm. So we'll start with the cons, which is that it doesn't seem great at face value. I'm up maybe $1,200, $1,300. And I did spend a lot of time on it if you look at this point here. So maybe it would have been better to spend the time on low content, doubling down on that, learning more, and just building out my low content library to be absolutely incredible. This is going to all start pinging off in a minute, so I'm going to turn down the volume because I've got so many tabs open. It's going to do it every single time each one refreshes. And so let's actually look at the pros now. So I'm going to get a lot more books published from here on in, so I can get more winners like book 1 and 2. Number 2 is that it's extremely passive. You know, I spend maybe 2 hours each month managing these high content books now they're actually published. Obviously, before there was a lot of time, there was a lot of money invested into them, but now it's extremely passive. And here is probably the best of them all. This is actually an average income of around $811 per month. So if you take the total, $7,300, divide that by the 9 months from March to December, that's a pretty wild return on investment. And obviously now I'm past break even and into profit. That's going to be around $800 per month in profit. And point number 4, I learned a lot that can be applied to low content book launches from all the things that I learned about high content book launches. So when it comes to reviews and making sure the book ranks, then yeah, I definitely would say I learned a lot in this process, and I'm going to keep publishing more books. So if you want a more detailed breakdown of book 1, aka this one right here, which is doing some pretty crazy numbers, i.e. the rank, the general niche, obviously I can't give you the specific niche, and how I use 2 writers to make it absolutely high quality, then comment below to jack up the YouTube algorithm. Or of course, if you have any questions about anything, which quite possibly you might because I explained a lot of random stuff here, then comment below to jack up the YouTube algorithm. But as for now, I'm going to sign off because this is video 12 of the daily upload series. I will be back tomorrow with another video, and so we're going to be back to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. But like I say, for now, I'm going to get some water, hit the gym, and yeah, I'm going to start eating again tomorrow to break the fast. So thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time you tune in, hopefully tomorrow.
They wanna count me out before I'm even up. They wanna